welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey, and as always, I greatly appreciate you guys joining us today. We're going to get back at it today here in the shop. We're going to first off get this Buick moved so Ryan can get his dirt late model back on the rack on the lift here behind me so he can do his chassis repair. He got all of his parts in, and we're going to get going on that. And so we'll get back on this Buick just once we get it moved. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed already. We continue to grow every day. Appreciate that. So, fasten your seatbelts. Let's get started, see what we can get done. All right, we got everything moved, and as I was saying, Ryan's new parts came in. There's a new bottom control arm and the new spindle. This is a new cross brace here that the front suspension mounts off of. So it's a matter now trying to get everything situated. We're thinking about trying to pull this frame rail over just a hair, but I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll kind of get further along here and take another look at it here in just a few minutes. Well, I wanted to finish up this hose today with Ryan working on his late model. I called up our local hydraulic hose house and told them I needed two number 8 45s. And they said, well, we don't have them. And I said, well, what if I wanted to if they had some silver hose and maybe I could do a push lock here, but I want it to be steel braided line. So anyway, I said, well, I'll just take the motorcycle. It's still about 40 degrees outside, but I want to ride my new motorcycle. So I went up there and got up there, and they had 3 of them hanging on the wall. And I asked the guy, like, well, you got 3 of them. Well, it must have been in the wrong place. So I bought 3 of them. And not only that, I said, well, how much are they? Because I knew usually they're about, $25, $35 up there from them. He said that he only wanted $8 a piece for them. So I said, load me up. So we have 2 now fittings, and we'll be able to take this off here now and be able to put, go ahead and get this hose made up. It's only going to be about 7 inches from here to here. So we'll get that done and see if we can get this thing on here. Before I make that hose up, I wanted to show here, Johnny's coming over and helping Ryan, and got this pretty nice. He sleeved this, and he's got this cup now. They've got the front end pushed over where it needs to go. Okay, we got my favorite job now is putting AN fittings, hoses together. Love this knot, but we got this end on here, so we're going to try to get this lubed up in here now. See if we can hopefully get this in here to start. Okay, got one end done. Boy, isn't that pretty? That nice $8 fitting. I asked him twice, and he said $8, so there it is. All right, let's go see if we can measure where the other end needs to go, and we'll make the other side up. All right, this is how short this hose is going to be. We're going to cut basically in the middle of this tape here. Man, I tell you, I don't like making them this short, but this is what we got to do. So get this cut off, and hopefully we get that fitting started on there. So let's see what we can get done here. Okay, there's our piece, and see if we can get this other side on here and get it threaded. Oh, wow. All right, I got in there further than what I thought. As already seen, we're actually going to back that up just a hair. Found a little trick this morning in case you're ever building AN lines. The male part here, which has to go inside the hose that's in there, the hose wants to shrink up. The rubber size wants to, rubber part wants to shrink up. So what you do is take a chisel, or actually a punch, a pointed punch, and push that in there. That'll actually spread that rubber back out, so you can get this large enough so you can get this in. So we're just making it larger so we can get this started. I actually probably need to get a shorter punch now. Well, maybe we can get it started now. Oh yeah, I can see already we'll be able to go in there. So then we'll be able to hit our threads. So a little tip for you. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with oil on the inside and lube it up a little bit. You're putting these things together, you can't have too much lube, I tell you. All right, so I'm about to start that by hand. That's unbelievable. Okay, well, that was easy. So we'll get this one tightened up, and we'll get this one tightened up and go back here and keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll fit, and I measured it right because this is short hose. Well, there it is. Pretty nice. I only have $16 in this line. So hopefully it fits. Go back here and see. Well, it fits perfect. I can't believe it. Well, I mean, I don't know why I should be shocked, but I've used a tape measure. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one back off, and we're going to just replace it. This actually got a real bad burr in it right here, and that's why they had the silicone on there. Plus, this looks nicer, cleaner. So we're gonna take this one back off and swap out this hose, and then we'll have two nice, really pretty hoses back here. Okay, Buddy came over and he's hooking up the clutch pedal to the clutch. It's ironic, I was looking at that this morning thinking we need to do that, and he jumped on that. And give you a little update on Ryan's car here. He's got this scab piece tacked in, and they're making progress. He left the gap here so you can come in so you can fill that in with weld plus it's sleeved inside, so that'll be very strong. So they're making progress. He's putting his front suspension together now, so we can go ahead and hang the suspension. That way they can locate everything. So just a lot of work, but it'll be worth it, and it's very satisfying. I guess that's what you're supposed to say. Okay, we got this other hose pulled off the car, and you see this bad place right here, and they had put some silicone on there to actually this thing may have had a hole in it, but boy, it's got some sharp burrs there, and plus it's just that just won't look good in a car. We're spending so much time trying to make the car look nice, and you don't want to have a hose with a piece of silicone there in the middle of it. So we'll try to get this taken back apart. I thought I was done building hoses for today, and here I am building. This is, I think, the last hose on the whole car, I think. All right, and they match, and we don't have any burrs to run our hands on now, so it just looks a lot better, looks a lot more professional to get that done. So we'll go on to the next project. I'm not sure what we're gonna do next. May try to play with this dash a little bit, so let's keep on rolling.
And then we'll eyeball it.
So I'm thinking, what do you
But I'm scared if I let go with something,
It's gone. Yeah, let me take it.
We're gonna lose everything we got.
Johnny's got this real handy little angle finder.
Harbor Freight special.
Well, hey, we won't tell their secrets, but anyway, so they kind of got it dummied in, and Ryan's going to tack it here now. We're going to run it this side with the tie straps. We think it'd be easier to change out in the future.
5.4 degrees. Pretty close. Well, let me see just how front of the house, how square it is, and we measure. Maybe. Look at that, you know?
Okay, getting back here on the Buick now, going from one project to another. I was able to find the fitting I need to get the quick disconnect from the clutch line on there. So we swapped out this, we went to a male to male fitting here, and this came off another car we were running, so that's good. Buddy's playing with the alternator, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to run this alternator. It's a brand new Power Master. This actually came from the Richard Petty driving school. Up here and they had a sellout, and I had it rebuilt, so it's just off the machine from being repaired. So he's going to try to use this bracket there. We're going to use the stock mounts from the, what was that, 55 Chevrolet? So
Yeah.
55 Chevrolet bolt holes in the block. We're going to try to run it off of this pulley here. So it's going to be some pretty crazy looking extensions to get it out, but I think we'll be able to make it work. Okay, they got everything in place, and Ryan's in the process of burning it all in. I guess what he call it, race car fabrication and restoration and repair. Okay, he's got everything welded in, and we're going to grab some lunch now. But like Ryan was just saying, since the upper A-frame was not hurt, that was really key in being able to help relocate everything, and then putting the angle finder and getting the angle right on the spindle is good. So all this is welded up. He did a good job as always welding, and pretty good looking welds like a robot did it. Okay, we're gonna grab some lunch. Y'all sit here and wait on us, and we'll be right back. Well, decided after looking at the car, went and dug out the main power line. So we got our disconnect. So I'm gonna try to clean all this up. I'm going to start running it down. It's gonna go down the transmission tunnel, drive shaft tunnel up to the front. It's gonna take a lot of cleaning up. So we'll go ahead and get all this cleaned up and we'll probably start off with a disconnect, quick disconnect first, and then we'll get the solenoid, and I have to rub down to get all the paint stuff off that main positive cable. Don't look too bad, but just got a lot of cleaning up to do. So let's get started on this and see what happens. Okay, we got the main power line cleaned up. Had a lot of overspray on it from when they had painted the chassis one time earlier, and actually found the switch for the emergency cutoff, the main cutoff switch. So we're going to this will be pretty easy. Obviously should match what it was originally, and we know where this was mounted up on the firewall. Still got to clean the solenoid up, but we'll put it back in the original place, and hopefully this should go right to it. So we'll see if we can get this. We'll start at the back and work our way forward. All right, we got the soil it all cleaned up. Got the bolts and nuts for it, so we're gonna go ahead and install it on the back side of the firewall here, and we'll be able to determine then how we're gonna run the main power cable, the main positive cable from the battery on up to it. We've got to put some 8L clamps on it along the way. I've got to get some fresh ones. The ones that was on the car were pretty bad shape, so see if we can get this on here now. Lord mercy. Okay, I didn't think I'd ever get to a freaking 1/4-inch bolt tightened up, but we finally got it, so with the help of Universal. So now we'll try to run this line all the way back and try to see where it lays out on top of the transmission tunnel. All right, it's been another busy day here in the shop. Ryan got everything fixed up on his late model and got the gussets in on each side. Everything is welded up solid and grinded down. Still has to put the front bumper mount on this side, but other than that, it should be pretty easy from here. He went and moved the radiator back, which is a good thing. We wanted to do that anyway, get a little bit closer to the fan, so that's a good deal. So as far as the Buick, got the push button starter in up here on the firewall, and say we actually started running the line, the main power line. Did get the master kill switch installed today. Got this new line made there. And Buddy has the alternator kind of rigged up. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do this exactly, but we've got to make our own mounts back here in the back, off the head or something. Not sure. Maybe probably come off this water pump, to be honest with you, right here. So we'll come up with something with that. But anyway, pretty busy day. The main focus was on getting this late model fixed, and that was accomplished. Well, that wraps up another busy day here in the shop. As always, I appreciate you guys riding along with us today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and hit that like button and tell your friends and neighbors about the program. I appreciate it very much. We're going to head out this coming week. We're going to head to the Snowball Derby, the 2021 Snowball Derby. We'll be getting some great action shots from down there, so be sure and watch out for that video coming up. Should be the next one probably after you see this one. So again, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time on Race Car, Fabrication, and Restoration. God bless you. Take care.